Welcome to On the Beat, everyone. I'm Troy Thompson. Joining me today is Dr. Richard Heard from Gastroenterology Associates of Columbus. And today we're talking all about polyps and the different types that we have. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Thanks, Troy.
Explain to everyone to start with, what is a polyp and where are we finding them?
Yeah. Well, polyps are what grow in the colon that eventually turn into colon cancer. And we've talked about colonoscopy and colon cancer a lot.
Well, that is your business.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, these, you can think of them kind of like moles in the colon. You know, some of them are precancerous, some of them are not, some of them, but all of them we try to remove.
How do we get them? Is it diet? Is it bad genes?
There are some diet things that can increase your risk, but really it's mostly genetics. What we tell people is overall you want to eat a healthy diet just like you would for other health reasons. But you don't have a lot of control over whether or not you get polyps.
Are there different types of polyps that one should know about?
Yeah, so where this comes up most frequently, you know, you have your colonoscopy and we come in and talk to you afterwards and we say we remove some polyps and people get very nervous and scared about that. But one, the important thing to know is if we removed it, you don't have to worry about it. But then there are different types and some of them have different risks of becoming cancer. So we might remove a very small, what we call hyperplastic polyp, and that has no cancer risk at all.
Right.
There are a progression of types, tubular adenomas, tubulovillous, villous adenomas, that the villous adenomas actually have a pretty good risk of becoming cancer. So after your colonoscopy, we'll send you a letter, and it'll say, hey, we sent your polyps off for testing. This was your type of polyp, and this is when your recommended follow-up is.
I want to ask you a question that is not in my list. Do people in a minority sector are at greater risk for polyps, or is it across the board, male, female, no matter what race, colour, whatever you are?
There is some evidence showing that African Americans may be a little higher risk.
Right.
And a while back they changed the guidelines so they would start screening at age 45.
Correct.
Now we have moved everybody to screening at age 45. This was just last year.
I think, I was going to say, I think it was last year we talked about it.
Yeah, it was very recently. But yes, there are different ethnic groups that are
And
high
we've
risk.
talked before that if you have a history of these issues within your family is when you need to come and see you and talk about it as well. I want to talk about some of the solutions of fixing it. Of course, we've talked about colonoscopies. That's how we find them. And then you're just taking them out.
Yeah.
That's really the only way.
Yeah, you remove those things and they're not worrisome. And we'll tell you after your procedure, hey, we completely removed these. You don't have to worry about them. Occasionally we'll say, we removed it, but it was a really big polyp. We want to look again in 6 months to make sure we got it all. Or we might say, you know what, this polyp was really big and it was unsafe to remove with colonoscopy. We're going to send you to a surgeon. That's unusual, and that, you know, is a risk of cancer in that polyp.
Right.
But, yeah, overwhelming majority.
Okay, may I ask, let's reiterate what we just said. The screening for people now is 45. Is that the same for men and women?
Yes.
There's no, but if you have a history, is it younger?
Yes. So
well, your family, I should say, have a history.
If you have a family history, then check with your doctor because it does get a little complex. But mostly, if you have a first-degree relative who had colon cancer, you need to start at no later than age 40.
Yeah.
If they were young when they were diagnosed, it's even younger.
All right. We always appreciate you.
Yeah.
Always good information. If you want to find out more about Gastroenterology and Associates of Columbus, there it all is up on the screen for you. We'll be back after this short break.